Are you looking for ideas on how to organize the kitchen in your base camp or travel trailer? Well, stick around. I'm going to be showing you guys my gear and also how I organize it. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about different types of appliances and gear that I bring on my camping equipment that I store in the base camp. Now initially when I first got the base camp, I thought to myself, it doesn't look like it has a lot of storage, but surprise, surprise, it does have a lot of storage, and I'm going to show you guys different ideas and hacks on how to maximize your storage in the base camp. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and give me a like to really encourage me to do more videos like this. First of all, let's talk about the most important item in any camping trip, the travel Berkey. It filters any water to produce ultra clean drinking water. I've been to campground where there's really only well water or water from the river, and I've been able to safely drink it regardless of the source. The travel Berkey provides a better filtration than other mainstream water filters like Brita filter. Unlike other popular filters that only gets rid of chemicals and unwanted minerals, the Berkey filters even more chemicals and, in addition, viruses. You can check out the specs in the link provided in the description. I highly recommend everyone to get a travel Berkey to use at camp or even at home. Next up, let's talk about my espresso machine. I have a Berkey Barista Pro at home, but that machine is not as portable as I would like it to be. Therefore, I got the Berkey Bambino. This is the most basic version, but it still has the 3-second warm-up time thanks to the thermojet heating system. This is a great feature considering that most espresso machine takes about 20 to 30 minutes to warm up. The Berkey Bambino works almost as good as the Barista Pro. The biggest noticeable difference is that the Bambino does not come with a grinder. This is actually a positive because I can turn it sideways and store it in the base camp while storing the grinder in a separate place. I went for a period of time where I pre-grind the coffee beans to use for espresso before each trip. But I couldn't pull a consistent good espresso shot. So I got the Berkey Smart Grinder Pro to improve on shot extraction. This combination is a dream while camping. I can make coffee shop quality drinks while at camp. Alright, let's talk about how I cook rice. I used to cook rice the old-fashioned way by boiling rice in a pot, but it just doesn't compare to a Cuckoo rice cooker. I got the Cuckoo 5-cup rice cooker and it's been a game changer. The texture of the rice is so soft and moist. It can cook rice in 15 minutes on quick mode, and it only uses about 140 watts of energy for a rice cooking cycle. By now you're probably thinking, how will you ever run these appliances while you're off-grid without hookups? Well, I have AGM batteries without an inverter, but thanks to my Bluetti AC200P, I'm able to run all of these appliances without a problem. I usually plug in a power outlet off the base camp into the Bluetti to make it more convenient to plug in appliances on the counter. So I can basically run any kitchen appliances like how I would normally run it at home. Let's talk about the stovetop. I do a lot of cooking inside the base camp when we are camping in the winter. It's nice to have the comfort of the base camp while the elements are harsh outside. I use the Stanley Pro Cook Set to cook. The smaller pot in the set is used the most when I boil food. I also use an all-clad 10-inch nonstick pan for frying foods. Pans bigger than 10 inches are way too big for this stovetop, so it doesn't really fit in. The bigger pot in the Stanley set is good for boiling spaghetti and other types of noodles. I don't use it as much because it's too big and it's hard to wash in a small kitchen sink. Next to the stovetop, we have the sink. I got a pop-up dish rack that works perfectly to dry dishes when we are washing it. It fills up nicely and it could be stored in the cabinets underneath the sink. Speaking of cabinets underneath the sink, I have to say that it offers very generous space to store various kitchen items. As you can see here, I have these plastic drawers that I bought on Amazon to organize smaller gears. It sits in place and is cushioned by a thin padded foam and some toilet paper rolls. I have Sierra cups and small bowls in the first drawer, plates and glass cups in the second drawer, some Snow Peak titanium cups and other types of cups in the third drawer, and coffee equipment in the last drawer. As we dig deeper into the cabinet, I use these fabric baskets to store bigger gear and food. There's a basket to store the Stanley Pro cook set that goes all the way in the back of the cabinet on the upper level. Bigger plates and bowl also get tucked back there. Food is stored in a fabric basket in the lower level in the back of the cabinet. These fabric baskets are great because it can bend and adapt to the irregular shape of the cabinet and keeps your base camp from getting scratched. Believe it or not, I can even put more stuff in this area. Let's move to the area to the right side of the kitchen. This is where I store all my appliances and some more food. I removed the microwave to make more room and install a cabinet door to keep the aesthetic consistent. I have the travel Berkey and the espresso machine stored in the bottom cabinet along with a basket of food. The basket of food contains essentials such as cooking oil, flour, and other non-perishable items that could be used on any camping trips. The top cabinet has 2 plastic drawers for personal hygiene and medicine along with a basket of food and rice cooker. The basket of foods has items that we will need to consume first. Therefore, I fill the basket with new food every trip. The rice cooker fits perfectly in the very back corner of this cabinet. Here's a tip for keeping the cabinet doors from popping while you're towing. Use a zip tie to prevent it from popping all the way out. Or use a hair tie to make a loop behind the magnet onto the front of the door latch to stop it from popping out. I've been doing this and have never had anything fall out. There's even more storage on top of the kitchen. I store snacks and smaller items using the REI Packaway Cube. The Packaway Cube really keeps things from falling everywhere else when towing. You can put even more stuff in this area with the Packaway tube. In addition, I also pack some smaller pots such as Snow Peak and Stanley pots for boiling water, some kitchen towels, and lighters. There's also a shelf for storing spices. This is also the perfect place to use a bungee cord to hang a row of paper towel. And now you're probably wondering, where do I store my trash in the base camp? Well, I use a carabiner to hang a plastic bag for trash. It's right by the door, so it's super convenient to throw away trash while you're inside or outside of the base camp. Last but not least, let's talk about the refrigerator. The base camp comes with the NovaCool refrigerator. This refrigerator doesn't require outside vents, unlike some of the older base camp models. It's a very efficient refrigerator in terms of energy usage. What that means is that it only uses energy when temperature drops to a certain point instead of running all the time. I have it set to a coolness of 4 and it's been working out pretty well. There's room for your eggs and up to a week's worth of food for 2 people while camping. I bought these plastic containers to keep everything organized in the refrigerator. Keep in mind that you need to put the vegetables in the very bottom and meats up top. The vegetable will freeze if you keep it too close to the freezer up top. Speaking of freezer, this refrigerator's freezer is not meant to keep ice cream in its original texture. It can do everything else like storing frozen meat or ice. It's small, but it's enough for a week-long camping trip. I hope that this video offered you a lot of different ideas on how to organize your base camp and different gears and appliances for you to bring along with your camping trip to maximize your comfort. Leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you guys to see which ideas you like the most and perhaps give me some suggestions on how I can make my kitchen even better. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for your support. I'll catch you in the next video. See you next time.